Hello and welcome to another update video about Fantom. Fantom, the reason for the update today is that we have reached my target area today, which is just fantastic. Yeah. So where have we come to? We have come exactly to that previous low from the 4th of December. That is where we have expected the price to go to. We've waited for this since January, I would say. Yeah. Since this move up when we talked about that this is with the highest likelihood a wave B, which means basically it is part of an overall correction. What you typically get as per the elite wave method is after you finish a impulsive move like this one here, which consists of 5 waves. Yeah, you complete this. This was a new all-time high back in October. That you then start to correct, but you correct in 3 main waves. In a wave A, that was the low in December, on the 4th of December. We then made this wave B. For me back then it was quite obvious. You will record it when we made the videos, or when we talked about it in the videos, that I didn't see a new all-time high here. I saw this as a wave B with a maximum of the all-time high and with the highest likelihood to turn around in this blue area. You can see how relevant that blue area was. We did overshoot it on a few days here, and then however we did crash down. That was expected. We also moved down further here very recently, and we have finally come into this target area which I had on the charts for months now. And this target area, how does this add up? Why this target area? Well, we have the target area here starting at the 88.7% fib level, all the way up to the wave A low. Ideally, I would like to see the price go to the 78.6% Fibonacci retracement level. I think that is even realistic from where we are now, given that I still expect another correction for Bitcoin. But I would say the correction could be in. The problem though with this structure still is that what we see here is a so-called truncation, where basically the wave C has not managed to get lower than the wave A. It is possible, you can go down to that wave A low and start from here to new all-time highs. It is possible, but it is not very good for the chart. You want a clean finish. And I mean, it's possible that the low could be in now. That's what we've seen with various cryptos. We talked about it. As soon as this target area is reached, the scenario has basically been fulfilled, which doesn't mean that the low now has to be in and we have to turn around, but it means that the requirements of the chart to carry out a correction, they have been fulfilled. Yeah, and that is very important, because that means that in the next, let's call it the next bull run, we have a very good chance to get to new all-time highs, and we have a very good chance to get a sustainable price increase. Yeah, with sustainable, I mean that you're not just gonna do something like this, this wave B, and then come down again, even lower, because this is not sustainable. Anyone who invested in this run up and did not manage to sell is now pissed off. Yeah, and this is not a sustainable move up. If I talk about a sustainable uptrend, I mean significantly higher highs, significant all-time highs. And this is typically only possible in a scenario when you have that lower low in, and where you complete that correction in a clean way, meaning you take that previous low out and you come down lower. Ideally, especially in a wave 2, what Fantom is in, in a wave 2, in the crypto market, in the altcoin market, you come down into this region between the 88.7% fib level, so that would be 54 cents, to the 78.6% fib level, so 87 cents. I think the 87-cent level, which is this one here, this horizontal line, is now very realistic. Personally, I don't think the way this price is, or the way Fantom is coming down here, looks very impulsive, and we haven't seen a strong reaction to that support level really. Here you see a little bit of a wick, yes, but we haven't seen any move to the upside yet. And I would believe, because this is not very common, that you just do this sort of a truncation. Ideally, you break it and you come down lower to the 87-cent level. That would be my primary expectation still. However, as I said, we've reached the target area, a price that a few months ago, I remember in the comments, you always get told these prices will never be reached. Yeah, and there we are. So just really for trying to help you understand that in the crypto market, and generally in financial markets, everything is always possible. Just because a price is at 350 doesn't mean it couldn't come down within a couple of months to $1.20. So fantastic prices for Fantom. I already started to dollar cost average into Fantom. I think these are good opportunities. Again, no financial advice, just from my point of view. It is fairly close to being oversold. It's not yet oversold. So from that point of view, also on the indicators here, on the RSI, for example, on the daily, it still has room for further downside. So it can go down further. It's not like it's been massively oversold like back here in March 2020. No, it really can still go a little bit lower. The MACD still confirms this downside potential on the daily here. You can see it adds negative momentum, still. And also on the 4-day chart, I mean, it's far away from turning around in my view. So I would expect lower prices, especially here on the weekly as well. Look at that. You're going to cross the zero line here very soon, which is also bearish. You're now in the bearish range on the weekly RSI as well. So all of that adding to the case that there should be more downside. I mean, on the 4-hour chart, you see it now turning around to the upside, but that's really only the 4-hour chart, not that meaningful. So you see, probably because you were oversold here, you see a bit of a bullish divergence going on, which means you make a high low on the RSI when the whereas the price made a lower low. Yeah, and that is fairly common when you get to key support levels. But overall, because we haven't seen that strong reaction, yeah, I would say we haven't finished that move to the downside. On top of that, you see a death cross here. So some of the cryptos which are very late in the correction, including Fantom, we now see these death crosses play out. And here again, a reason why, and again, a lot of people will say again that this price decrease has nothing to do with TA. It has only to do with those negative news. So tell me then, why is it that this price again reached exactly the support line that I had on the chart for weeks now? Told you that this is where we need to get to, and I'm pretty certain we're going to get to the 78.6% FIB level as well. And why is it that only that Fantom now is doing what the other cryptos have done as well? Is it really only that bit of negative news that came out about those developers, those key people leaving the Fantom team? Or is it really just because it is what cryptos normally do in a wave 2, right? Many other cryptos have done it as well, coming down into this target region. Harmony One did it as well, and the Harmony One chart and the Fantom chart, they are very similar. So Harmony did it. Harmony didn't really have those negative news. It still did it. Fantom did it now as well. And accidentally, you had these negative news come out. That might have been a catalyst, and as a result, the price dropped. But my argument is, again, it would have dropped anyway. So yeah, looking out now, being ready, loading up, being ready for potentially the next, the breakout to the upside, which could happen any time. But I don't think it will just happen immediately. I think we're going to see some further downside to that 78.6% FIB level at 87 cents, which doesn't mean short term we could also see rising prices. That oftentimes happens when you hit a important support level like this one. But at the moment, it would be quite risky if someone is looking just for a short-term trade to go in now. I mean, I personally dollar cost average in. I think medium-term, fantastic prices from my point of view, but we would need to see a little bit of bottoming out and get an understanding of where the price is heading before a short-term long position would be attractive here. Because in the end, this would be speculation. We don't see, you would need to see the price now develop a little bit of a pattern, ups and downs, getting a bit of stability, and then we can then identify a breakout level. Yeah, and so far, all looking good so far. That's my view here on Fantom at the moment. Hopefully you liked the update. If you liked it, please hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment, and if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership for access to the Discord server with my buy and sell orders, including Fantom as well. You get access to the Telegram live chat and the weekly live stream, with the next one being on Sunday. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.